back to the Doom Lagoon here in Tucson, Arizona. I am Trader Doom.
I am Doomette.
We're here to talk about some tiki mugs.
Yes. So the time, hopefully, that this goes up, it will be Monday, this coming Monday. And we thought we would celebrate by doing a Mug Monday video and show off some of our favorite tiki mugs. So I think we each gathered our top three mugs. We didn't see each other's choices. So we actually are going to be able to see each other's top three mugs in real time.
Surprise.
Plus some honorable mentions if you stay till the end. All right. We're drinking Mai Tais right now as we enjoy making this video. So maybe we'll start by mentioning these. These are not in our top three, but they are very cool mugs. We own only cool mugs, I would say.
We own only cool mugs and we own a lot of cool mugs.
Yes, it's very hard to choose a top three. But so I'm drinking out of the Trick or Tiki mug from Black Lagoon Room.
Oh yeah.
And I chose these for our Mai Tais because they are a decent size.
They're a manageable size
Yes.
for a one-person drink.
Something that we'll talk about as we get into our top three is how so many tiki mugs are so absurdly big. It's like you cannot possibly be expecting to just enjoy a drink out of them. But these are both great. So this is the Trick or Tiki mug from Black Lagoon Room. We love all their stuff. It's always creepy. It's always tiki. Super spooky. And it's got a handle.
And the bats on the back.
Yeah, just
You
like
gotta
a little
love
trick-or-treating.
it.
Very cool. All right. And Trader Doom, which one are you drinking out of?
You better believe I snagged the classic night. I don't know what year it's from, but
I think it's 2009?
yeah, it's kind of an oldie at this point. Con Tiki Mai Tai mug.
Mhm.
Gotta love the thatching. You gotta love the fisherman floats, and big bonus points. It's got the badass tiki on the front, and I'm always a sucker for that. You know, some of the mugs on this list might not actually have tikis on them, even though we'll call them tiki mugs, but humongous bonus points for that.
Actually, I think also at Con Tiki, if you used to order a Mai Tai, it would actually come in this. I think, like really back when they first launched them, possibly, because I remember really. When we first started going to Con Tiki, there were a couple drinks that just came in mugs.
Yep.
And I think that was one of them. So the Mai Tai just came in the Mai Tai mug. And they don't really sell them anymore. I don't know if they're planning on getting them made again. But at this point, they're kind of like out of stock. So it's pretty cool to have that one.
Lucky to snag that one several years back when we first lived here in Tucson. So proud to have that in the collection. And also, it's always a treat when you go somewhere and you do get the tiki drink served in the tiki mug, because you know sometimes they're in a Collins glass, sometimes a coupe, sometimes an actual rocks glass, but some little elevated when you get them in the tiki.
I mean, it kind of sucks because I think when we first started going to tiki bars, that was like way more common that you just got the drinks in tiki mugs a lot. And I know that's not like necessarily the tiki bar's fault, but I know people steal that shit all the time, so I'm sure that's why you see it so much less now. I mean, plus, a lot of them are so expensive these days, especially if they're getting them custom made for the bar that you're in. So, you know, you don't want to risk drunk people breaking them or stealing them. So I get it, but I do remember fondly the time where when we first started going to tiki bars, it just seemed like tiki drinks came in tiki mugs far more often. But that's okay.
Have you ever stolen a tiki mug?
No.
Me neither.
No, I have stolen like pint glasses from bars before. I do believe I stole a Mai Tai glass once.
Evil.
Yeah, for my mom. Do you remember that?
I think I do. Actually.
In Chicago, my mom had come to help us move out of Chicago, and I won't mention where.
The Chicago
but we all,
spot.
me and Ben, me and Trader Doom, and my family got very drunk, and a Mai Tai glass did end up in my purse. Sorry, Chicago.
A little souvenir
I apologize.
to remember the Windy City vibe.
So there you go. I've proven exactly why you can't get drinks in tiki mugs or Mai Tai glasses anymore.
Dickheads like us.
Because of dickheads like us, yeah, pretty much. So, like, what is the thing that makes you want to buy a tiki mug when you go to a tiki bar? Like, what are the top things like that you're looking for? What will make you buy it versus like passing on it?
You're asking me.
I'm asking you.
We did this last time. I thought you were talking to the audience.
Totally tell us as well in the comment section, but I'm asking you.
So definitely, if it has a tiki, I am absolutely all for it, especially if it's kind of in the more classic style. I'm a sucker for the old-timey classic stuff when it comes to tiki. So if it's got a tiki or it's got a babe on it, you know, babe, I'm probably gonna pull the trigger. It's not gonna take me too many of these to go for it.
Is there anything, in your opinion, that will immediately turn you off from buying a tiki mug at a tiki bar?
I think getting too creative is sometimes detrimental, and maybe that's just my taste because I just said I like the classic stuff, classic vibes. But if it gets a little too art school or a little too kind of creative, abstract, I might not be willing to pay the $40-50 extra.
I don't necessarily agree with you on creative. I don't mind it being creative, but when you say abstract, that's exactly right. We've seen a few that like tiki bars will show us, like Undertow comes to mind. We have a lot of Undertow mugs.
Oh yeah.
We've spent a lot of money on Undertow glassware, but they have some that are they're super expensive and they're just like really like highbrow.
Little
feeling,
too, sometimes they can get
fancy,
too
artsy, and it's like, that doesn't look fun for me.
Keep it lowbrow, keep it kind of
just fun, goofy,
cheesy,
I don't know, cheesy. So I don't know.
Yeah. What about you? What is the thing you look for in the tiki mug that goes home with you?
Usually I want it to be unique. I like it to be loud. And, and if it's got a name, first of all, usually I don't want to buy a mug from a bar unless it's their mug.
Oh yeah.
And if it is their mug, the name has to be sculpted into the mug versus printed on the mug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On Tiki, perfect example. It's actually part of the bar.
Sculpted
it's
into
not
the
a sticker.
mug, yeah.
That is not a little decal. This is created with that in there.
Yeah. And
bonus points for a signature on the bottom.
Yeah, and I understand that it's expensive, and a lot of like places might want to just get like these. You'll see like the same generic Tiki Farm mug that you could find in like multiple places sometimes, but it'll have like a different name stamped on it. And at that point, I feel like you're just like giving me a promotional product, like you're giving me a promotional water bottle, basically. And I know they are far more expensive.
We won't say no to a mug. We won't say no to a free mug.
But I don't think I personally like jump to spend the money if it's just got like a stamped name on it, because most likely somebody else also has this mug or it's a generic mug. And I'm not going to spend extra money on it just because you stamped the name of your bar on it, honestly.
Yeah, we do appreciate authenticity, and especially if it's created for that bar. It's a collaboration. It makes it special, it makes it cool, and it kind of makes it exclusive. And there's something kind of cool about that.
And again, no hate when people do that. Again, it's I know it's expensive, and I know bars want to be able to have like something to sell, so like no hate. I just honestly will not spend a bunch of money on one that has a name stamped on it. So yeah. Well, do you want to get into our top 3?
Let's find out what each of us picked for the top 3.
So should we like count it like 3, 2, 1?
Yes, we're gonna do 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I think 3, 2 honorable mention.
Okay, 3, 2 honorable mention, then 1. Okay. Yeah. Come along with us on our process as we decide what we're doing in this video as we film it.
We just figured that
out. You're a tiki mug, aren't you?
You're a dog, aren't you?
Okay, do you want to do...
You go first.
Do you want me to go first?
Tiki Queen,
okay.
ladies first.
Okay, so my number 3 pick of our tiki mug collection, my top 3, number 3 tiki mug.
Oh, damn. So one Black Lagoon room to another.
This is also Black Lagoon room. I can't remember actually what he calls it. He calls it like the crab, he calls it like the Rangoon. What does he call it?
Creature from the Black
Creature from the something like that. I don't know. It's funny.
Creature from the
And I realize that this does not have any tikis on it.
Yes, it does.
Actually, it does. You're right. The little logo is a tiki.
Yeah.
But I just think it's really funny. It's a little Chinese takeout box. He actually sent chopsticks with it, and there's actually in the lid there is a hole for not only the straw but for the chopsticks.
Oh, it looks so good.
And it's just like this little monster guy coming out of this Chinese food box, and I just think that's super funny, and you don't see it that often. And again, even though it's maybe not a classically tiki, it's unique. It makes me laugh.
Yes, and got the cool font on it. I love that.
And I also like that it has pieces. Like, I like that it's got like
Moving parts.
Yeah, like the lid, the chopsticks.
And there were a couple of different variations of this.
Yeah,
this
you have different colors
one.
of the monster.
Different colors. We got the red one. I think that one. I think that looks the best.
Yeah, I like the red.
The green one.
I think he also has a green and a blue, maybe.
Yeah, these are really cool.
Yeah, so Black Lagoon Room, creature from the Crab Rangoon, or
we might have just made that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Pete. I can't remember what you called it, but it's a badass mug and reasonable size.
Yes. Okay.
All right. You ready for your number 3, Trader Doom?
All right. Well, speaking of reasonable sizes, let's keep it in the Midwest. We're doing another Black Lagoon. This is a lot of promotion for Black Lagoon Room.
But we are not sponsored by Black Lagoon.
But we love them.
Fucking love them.
Yeah. So, oh my God, guys, come on now. This is kind of, for me, this embodies tiki. Okay. First of all, you actually have the tiki part up the top there. Then you just got this ghoulish hand from the depths to hold your tiki drink, and the drink does not stop there. It does go all the way down there. Yeah, this is one of the few that we set an alarm for.
We did.
We were actually living out here in Tucson. He released it in Wisconsin time.
I think we were in Chicago when we bought this one.
I think we were here in Tucson.
Agree to disagree.
What
year did you come out with this? Oh, it says.
Yeah. Or were we still living in Tucson? If it was before 2020,
that's fine.
If it was before 2020, we were not in Chicago yet.
It's so cool.
Here. But yeah, no, we set our alarm. The point is, we set our alarm to wake up and make sure that we got it in the first few minutes. I do think it sold out pretty damn
really
quick.
Yeah.
But we were lucky to get them. One thing that Black Lagoon Room does, guys, is you get the mug, but you always get lots of extras.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have them here. They're around the tiki bar inside, but you get swizzle sticks. You get a drink recipe. You got on this one, I believe it came with a little flashing LED ice cube.
Was that one? Maybe.
I think it might be. There are a lot of extras, and that's what makes
There's
it
always extras.
So rad. I'm a sucker for accessories, but this one really doesn't even need it because look at the presence of that. It's got the spookiness. It's got the classic tiki. I love the white inside. Gotta love the blue at the bottom. Yeah. But again, maybe it's just the monster kid in me, but I love the classic ghoulish green for that.
Yeah, that one's badass. Good choice. My number 2 pick. Okay. Kind of similar vibe, actually.
Drum roll, please.
All right, my number 2. The Frankie from Frankie's Tiki Room.
Must have used that one recently.
Oh yeah, that's not quite washed. So this is actually, we have this in two different colors, and this one's my favorite because it's a little more matte. It's a little more like ghoulish green. But this is Frankie's Tiki Room, and I think that we got this on one of the second or third time we went to Viva, because we got, this is again the different
colorway glaze.
Yeah, the different glaze. And we got this like after a couple years, as we bought the original one the first time we went to Viva. But I just really like this one. I like that he's a little matte. He's a little extra gruesome and green. It is big. Again, it's one of those big ones, but I just love it. He's creepy and he's tiki. And of course, Frankie's Tiki Room sculpted on the back. Black fingernails and toenails. And yeah, I love this one.
Well, let's go to my number 2 pick. It's gonna be. It's gonna be Frankie from Frankie's Tiki Room. He's got the black fingernails, he's got the black toenails, he's got the Frankie sculpted in the back.
Well, now you can see them side by side.
Mine is clean. Well, I guess we were on the same wavelength on that one. But yeah, these are great. The sculpt to me is one of my absolute favorite, not only tiki adjacent mugs, but just
yeah, he's got that like
things in general. I mean, he's got the classic fuzzy 70s style vest. You've got the chains.
I like his face is almost like kind of Bernie Wrightson looking,
It's definitely inspired in a way. It's a good mashup of a lot of different versions of good old Frankie Monster. I was very, very stoked to recently get to do a tattoo of this mug. Thank you so much, Carlo, for coming in for that one, man. But absolutely one of my favorites. Also, a quick little sidebar. The first time we went to Frankie's, we left with this one.
Yeah.
But we left with all of them.
We did. We left with almost every single mug that they had.
We
the
were
first time we went to
so
Frankie's.
hyped on being in Frankie's.
They had like 6 or 7
We walked away that first night with 6 damn tiki mugs.
Was that the first time we went to Viva?
It was the first time we went to Frankie's.
Oh, okay.
We were bowled over and we loved it. It was a blast. And what's really rad about this one, if I am correct, is that Frankie's especially, I think that you get the certain drink and it comes in the mug. So you kind of have to basically get that drink. And let's go ahead and say it, at this time, from what I remember anyway, they're affordable. I'm not going to give you a number because things are changing all the time. But
I believe at the time they were like $30.
$30 to $35 with the drink. So you get a tiki drink
at the time,
which usually these days costs $15 to $20. But then you also get to walk home with this. That's why we ended up getting.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty unreal to find a tiki mug that's that cool, and again has the sculpt of their name that is like under $50. Of course, I think they continuously put these out. I don't think they're like a limited run by any means. I think they continue to make them, so that helps. But I can't believe you chose the same one.
Oh, when you busted that out, I was like, damn. I didn't want to cut you off. I'm gonna stop you right there.
All right. Well, honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions before we get to our number one.
Take another drink of my Mai Tai.
Ooh, good idea, babe. Damn,
By the way, in our Mai Tais, we're using our Surfside Sips bone straws. Mine has some black lipstick on the end, so make sure there's. And we do have code TRADERDOOM if you want a little discount on some Surfside Sips glass reusable straws. Honorable mention.
It's you.
Okay. So my honorable mention, I actually just got this year.
Oh!
And I love it so much. Whether or not it's a tiki mug is absolutely debatable, and I'm sure there are plenty of you out there that would be like, that's not a tiki mug. And that's fine. I don't care because I love it. So this is a collaboration between there is tiki on the bottom, that's true. A collaboration between Black Lagoon Designs, so not Black Lagoon Room, but Black Lagoon Designs, and Daphne Beauty, who makes amazing lipstick and some of my favorite eyeliner ever, which she sold out of, and I hope she gets back soon because I've been out of it for so long. Okay. She came out with these, and they all had kind of her on there, and the lipsticks were different colors, or her dress was a different color, and I just think it's so cute. The like pinup girl with the lipstick. It's actually a pretty good size. Since it's short, it's not like ridiculously gigantic. But yeah, maybe not exactly a tiki mug, but I love it, and that's why it's my honorable mention. I think it's so cool, and it's also, this is definitely like Black Lagoon Designs. Everything she does is like very limited, and usually, I don't know this for sure, but usually when she comes out with a design, it's like there's one of each color, you know, so she makes very few every time she does a mug, and it's like again, just like Black Lagoon Room, if you don't like set an alarm and like get on there, they're gone like in an instant.
She's out in Australia, so that makes the time difference even crazier.
And she makes all like, definitely check out her page if you haven't seen Black Lagoon designs before, because again, this one's not necessarily super tiki, but she does all kinds of amazing tiki stuff. Recently she did these little like tiki, like almost like Palm Springs style like fountains.
Ooh, so sick.
And we did set an alarm to try and get them, and they still sold out before I could get them. So
one day we're gonna get one of those. One day we're gonna get one of those.
Black Lagoon Designs with Daphne Beauty. Check out Daphne Beauty's makeup and check out Black Lagoon Designs, because all of her stuff is absolutely amazing. This one was very expensive, but again, I think it's the only one in this particular color, like with the pink lipstick and the black dress. So that's pretty cool. If you get something from her, you can pretty much like guarantee you'll be the only one or one of the only ones to have it. So
got a good, nice little authentic feel to it.
Yeah. All right, Trader Doom, what is your honorable mention?
Honorable mention. Well, it's time to party. Party Bob. Oh my God. Big Toe designed this one. So big shout out to him. I absolutely love it. I love Tiki Bob. I don't have a Tiki Bob. We don't have a
like
classic,
a real one, like a classic.
We don't have a real classic Tiki Bob mug yet. But you know, these days there's so many variations, whether it's the cactus one or the little rum barrel bob that Big Toe designed as well. But this dude, man, this is how I want to be feeling at the end of a tiki night. And I love it. I love how it feels in the hand. You know, it's got the classic shape of Tiki Bob, but he's had a couple more times than your old school classic ones. So Big Toe. I don't like getting stuff on the internet unless it's a exclusive buy from the artist type of thing. But
would you like to find it in person?
I like to find it in person. I like the hunt. I like the story that comes with it. You went to Frankie's, you went wherever, and you found the perfect mug. This one, eBay. I don't like buying a lot of stuff on eBay, but you get on there and type in Tiki. I found it at a silly price and very low price. And I snatched them up, and I could not be happier. It's good to hold.
Yeah, it was like definitely like their personality when you're like drinking tiki drinks, you're just drinking rum and rum, and that is like Trader Doom's personality.
Yeah, so that's got my my vibes, but I guess you confirmed that. But yeah, that's my honorable mention. So he made the list, he made the cut, but definitely had to give him a shout out for that. But now that we got our honorable mentions out of the way, let's see who is the top dog.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? All right, in editing, add drum roll. In editing, add cinematic
Christmas vacation
drum roll. Or cinematic swell, orchestral swell. Ready? Right here. Right here's where I'm gonna add it.
Ooh.
All right, my number one is the Tiki Bandit from Frankie's Tiki Room. Surely you have all seen this, or a lot of you have seen this. I freaking love this one so much. I have always loved this one. We got it that first trip to Frankie's when we bought like 1 million.
Oh yeah,
almost all of the Tiki mugs.
He was definitely a part of the crew that came home with us.
So again, Frankie's Tiki Room sculpted in the back. This one is made by Squid. I love his face. He's like classic tiki looking, but then he's obviously got the details of a slot machine. And I love on the side the little pull thing for the slot to make the slot machine go. He's like a little skull guy. He got the F for Frankie's. He's got kind of like the coins in his teeth. And he's a good size. He's a manageable It's a little big, but he's like a manageable size. I love it. I love it. He's perfect. It's a perfect tiki mug. I love it.
I do love this one. I had a feeling that you were gonna put this one on the list, so I didn't grab it, even though that didn't work with the damn Frankie. But oh yeah, no, this one's perfect. I would definitely like to get this one tattooed at one point.
Yeah, I would too, actually.
When we're out in Vegas in April, I'm gonna try to snag one of those and put it somewhere, wherever I have space.
On your butt cheek.
On my butt cheek. Stay tuned.
All right, Trader Doom. Your number one pick. Your favorite tiki mug we have in our collection. Insert drum roll. Insert swelling orchestral. Cinematic orchestral swell. What's your number one?
Not a manageable size tiki mug.
At all. I mean,
that
is huge.
That is a behemoth. Got the false idol tiki. Oh my god.
I love that one too.
This is my favorite mug in the collection because it just kind of it just lives within that world of being old school. It looks like an old school tiki, but it's also new. It's got that exaggerated face. It's so badass. I love it. I cannot wait to go back to False Idol next month. Yeah, so we'll be there.
We haven't been there since we got this mug.
Since we got this, and I think that we might have said it here before, but False Idol was one of those places in San Diego that really took us from several years ago, lots and lots of years ago. It took us from being, pretty stoked on tiki stuff to being like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is our thing. This is what we love, and we love every little bit of it. So this dude was just it. Also, a manageable price.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive.
No, he was again at the time that we got it, like 7-8 years ago. He was $40 bucks, $45
Which is insane because
For
it's
this
huge.
beast.
And
Yeah.
is it a? Okay, I thought maybe it was a limited edition, but it's not.
No, I think this is just one that they have. Hell, maybe they even still have it in a different color when we go back, because I'll probably get it. But
this one is Bosco, by the way, and
Bosco.
Trader Dane by Monk Tiki.
Yeah, Monk Tiki. Shout out, amazing stuff. A lot of heavy metal stuff with them too. But this guy, I mean, he looks like a drawing. He looks like a painting. He is exaggerated. He's wild. Very, very cool, but still keeps that classic look. And of course, if you've been to False Idol, you know that they've got a lot of the kind of vertical patterns with the skulls and things like that.
It's repeated on all of their merch, kind of.
Yeah, so you got
a lot of
that. Yeah, so always a good place to go in San Diego. Cannot wait to be back there. But I mean, that for me, when I think, oh man, tiki, it's not even one that I drink out of all the time.
I think we've maybe drank out of it once because it's just so big.
Yeah, this is a Haas.
Like even if you put 2 drinks in it and made it like a shareable drink, it's still like huge.
Yes, this is an absolutely mammoth beast. But you cannot deny him. I love it. He's classic. He's perfect, badass. And for me, that's number one.
I agree. Great. So yeah, this is our favorites. It is definitely not even a quarter of the mugs that we own. We have so many, but these are the tops. Are there any that you thought I would choose that I didn't?
I thought you were gonna go with the skull wall from good old.
From
Three Dots and a Dash. I was almost certain that the skull wall was going to make the cut in one way.
Yeah. You know what I thought you were going to grab that you didn't grab?
Your butt.
No, you definitely grabbed my butt. There it is. The bearded...
It's got the babe. It's got the bush.
Also a Frankie's.
It's got the tikis. It's got the palm trees. It's got skulls. Yeah. The other thing I didn't mention. Skulls.
Skulls are good.
So besides this little handle on the Tiki Bandit, I don't know if we've got skulls, but usually a skull is for me, kind of going to get me to buy it. Very cliche of me. But I mean, if you have bones, skulls, grim, spooky, dark things, I'm probably gonna get your damn tiki mug.
Yeah.
I can't believe that not more made the cut here, but
Well, let us know which of these mugs were your favorite, and tell us also in your comments what you've collected that is your favorite. You could even give us your top 3 if you want. Yeah, and we'd love to hear from you on what kind of mugs you guys have.
oh yeah, not only the mugs, but tell us a story. 'Cause
Yeah, like why
again,
did
for
you get
us, like it's all about traveling and collecting the stories as well as the mug. It's not just about having the item. It's about how did you get it? Where'd you go? How, you know, what was the drink? Was it a bad drink but a killer mug? Each one tells a story. It's always a blast, and we're gonna keep collecting. You know, we're gonna keep traveling, keep going to new tiki bars. Keep going to new tiki bars and just collecting memories. So that's what it's all about, you know.
That's right.
Guys, also don't forget, get on our Etsy store.
Here, come on out.
Boom! You've seen it on Instagram if you're on Insta, but you got the Trader Doom.
Rum drinkers and hell raisers.
We're almost out of this stock, but we will hopefully be getting a few more back in stock soon.
Yes.
In time for Viva. Also, check Miss Doomette out at the Tiki Goth Club meetup.
Yes, so every Sunday at Surly Wench, first of all, I am still doing my creepy tiki lounge. Every Sunday at Surly Wench, I am still doing Doomette's Creepy Tiki Lounge, and I did debut a new menu a couple weeks ago, and it is much more elevated. We have a lot more rums now, and I'm making a couple syrups as well as some house-made allspice drams, so all the drinks are super yummy. So if you're in Tucson or Phoenix, come down on a Sunday. I'm there 2 until 8 p.m. every Sunday with Creepy Tiki Lounge. But specifically March 23rd, I'm pretty sure,
Yep,
is a Sunday.
23rd.
Tiki with Ray of the Tiki Goth Club will be here in town in Tucson, hanging out doing tiki stuff, tiki shenanigans, and like you said, the meeting of the Tiki Goth Club will happen on my Sunday Creepy Tiki Lounge that day. So that is March 23rd. Make sure you show up. Get your Trader Doom shirts. Fund our next round of shirts. Fund the glasses we're working on.
Coming very soon.
That's right. And yeah, let us know what your favorite mugs are. All right? Is that it?
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Happy Mug Monday. Let us know your favorite mugs. Raise a little hell, drink a little rum, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Gotta go make another one. Come.